And I think this will be quick, so if you can stick around and vote for a couple of them if you have community meetings, I would appreciate it. We'll begin with Bill BL 2015-44. Sponsor is Roberts. This changes .27 acres from R8 to SP zoning for property located at 5807 Mackey Place to permit up to 3 residential units. Do I have a motion? Been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? All opposed? Motion passes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. All right, now we're looking at BL 2015-69. Sponsors are Elrod. Excuse me. No. Did you have a question? All right, hold on. I'm going to start with Councilmember Johnson. Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry about that. It was a BL 2015-44.
Yes.
That was the one had some opposition, and the council lady Robert has deferred.
Okay.
So
the motion is to defer. Sorry. All right. All right. So we will track to the other vote. We are voting on a motion, and there was a second to that motion. Okay, all in favor of deferring indefinitely or 1 meeting, or how long are we? Just 2 meetings. Defer 2 meetings. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Thank you for correcting me. We will defer that for 2 meetings. Great. Next is BL 2015-69. Sponsors are Elrod and Allen. This accepts the Geographic Information System street and alley centerline layer with the recordation of renaming, additions, and deletions of acceptances and abandonments as the official street and alley acceptance and maintenance record for Metro Nashville. It's been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion is recommended. Next is BL 2015-70. Sponsors are Hagar, Elrod, and Allen. This amends the Geographic Information System street and alley centerline layer by abandoning a portion of Cumberland Avenue right-of-way and easement. It's been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Aye. Any against? Motion passes. Next are bills on third reading. We're looking at BL 2015-43. Sponsor is Roberts. Do you have a motion? I'm sorry. This changes 1.49 acres from IR to MULA zoning for property located at 5202 Centennial Boulevard. Seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion is recommended. Next is BL 2015-50. Sponsor is O'Connell. This changes .62 acres from CS and MUL to MUGA zoning for properties located at 1703, 1703B, 1705, 1707, and 1709 Rosa L. Parks Boulevard. Been moved and seconded. Are there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion is recommended. Next is BL 2015-51. Sponsor is Hastings. Sponsor is not here. I do not see a letter. We will move that to the heel. Next is BL 2015-52. Sponsor is Sledge. This changes .56 acres from IWD to MULA zoning for properties located at 1227, 1233, and 1235 Lewis Street and Lewis Street unnumbered south of North Hill Street. Do I have a second? Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion is recommended. Next is BL 2015-55. Sponsor is O'Connell. This changes .83 acres from R6 to RM20A zoning for property located at 915 Monroe Street. Do you have a second? All right, it's been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Any against? Motion is recommended. Next is BL 2015-56. Sponsor is Roberts. This changes .095 acres from R6 to SP zoning for property located at 1511 61st Avenue North to permit up to 2 residential units. Is there a second? Is there discussion? Mr. Withers. Oops, I erased you. Give me just a minute and I'll bring you back. Hang on, I'm looking for you. Where'd he go? I just have to find, there we go, Mr. Withers.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This is a question for the sponsor. We have certainly seen a lot of discussion with regard to duplexes, and in particular, for example, in our historic districts and conservation overlays, it's very common to have duplexes that are designed to look like one building. And one of the things that really intrigued me about this particular design was that they actually share one door instead of having a twin doors or twin entrances. And so I was wondering if you could just provide a little bit of discussion about how that design came about. I think it's a great design, but if the architect proposed it, if the neighborhood requested it, or how that came to be.
Councilmember Roberts.
So we had 3 community meetings about this, and this is a peculiar size lot. And so they actually, by law, can build up to 3 stories, which I immediately just said, please don't do that, because it's such in a very precarious spot, almost like in an island of land that runs adjacent to New York. So what happened was they kind of started thinking outside of the box and said, okay, what if we did, and they call it a manor house. What if we did something that looked like one house, but it was actually 2? And so when they started batting it around with the neighborhood got behind it. And so the last meeting when the young girl came and spoke against it, we even had another meeting after that, and now she's on board. So it was kind of a cool idea and out of the box, and it was Roy Dale and Associates who did it. So he says he has some other examples of it, other places, but I haven't driven by them yet. Not in my district.
Great. Thanks
for asking.
Other comments? No? All right, we're ready to vote. All those in favor? Opposed? Excellent, thank you. Now we are looking at BL 2015-57, sponsor is Bedney. This changes 17.98 acres from SP to SP zoning for properties located at 7022 Nolensville Pike and Nolensville Pike unnumbered and 7105 Burkett Road, south of Old Burkett Road, to permit a mixed-use development with up to 200 multifamily residential units and up to 10,000 square feet of non-residential uses. Do I have a motion? It's been moved and seconded. I have several requests to speak. Mr. Bedney.
Oh, I was just asking for your support.
All right, great. I have one more request. Mr. Coleman?
Am I on?
I hope so.
Yeah, okay, thank you. I'd like the sponsor to just address just briefly for us the provisions that were looked at as it relates to schools in that area. Obviously, our schools are populated, and I want the neighbors to know that he contemplated the impact it would have on our schools. So I'll allow him, through the chair, I'll allow him to comment on what provisions have been made for the impact of this development on our current school system.
Mr. Bedney?
Yeah, that will be a good question for Kerry to answer, but in general, these developments are required to meet the impact requested by Public Works and the schools, etc. After, I don't have the recommendations in front of me, but I'm sure it's described there. The interesting thing about this project is that when I wasn't a council yet, I actually went and spoke against the prior rezoning for a big box retail on that corner because it was going to draw lots of traffic. So I was in support of this new rezoning because it downzones the property from big box to a 200-unit residential project. It's going to have a much smaller impact on the traffic on that intersection, which is a priority for people. But Kerry, do you have the recommendations there in terms of schools?
We don't, schools does not provide recommendations on rezonings, but we do calculate school numbers based on the numbers that schools gives us every year. So they give us some capacity information, and we generate how many students would likely be part of the development. And in this case, there was an increase of 52 more students, but both elementary and middle schools in the area had capacity to deal with additional students. It was only the high school that was near capacity. I will also note that we just received new school numbers for 2015 from schools, and we're working on calculating those right now.
And I really thank Councilman Coleman for bringing that, because we do have a problem in the Southeast with schools that are over capacity. And I don't think that the solution is to continue adding classrooms. We need to build more schools. And that's why I was happy that we approved it in the budget last year to add another school in the Kent area. And I believe the school system is thinking about building another high school, and we need to continue pushing that. And I thank you for bringing that issue to the forefront, because that's really the Achilles heel: schools and school capacity and traffic capacity.
Very good. Any other comments? Okay, all those in favor? Opposed? Motion is recommended. Next is BL 2015-58, sponsor is Hastings. This changes 2.91 acres from RS 7.5 to SP zoning for property located at 369 Ewing Drive to permit up to 21 residential units. The sponsor has sent a letter asking for approval. Do I have a motion? Second. It's been duly noted and seconded. Is there any discussion? All those in favor? Any opposed? Okay, and we have one more item that we moved to the Hill. Okay, this is BL 2015-51, sponsor is Hastings. This changes 11.54 acres from R8 to IWD zoning for property located at 2909 Brick Church Pipe. I do have a letter from the sponsor asking for approval. Is there a motion? Second? Okay, are all these things going away? Mr. Sledge, do you have a comment? No, I think. Okay, we're good. All right, so all those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes and is recommended. Is there any other business? Meeting is adjourned. Thank you.